A brand new GTA 6 rumor has surfaced detailing that GTA 6 protagonist Lucia is a mother and that her child is going to appear in Grand Theft Auto 6 via a cutscene. So where does this information come from? Well, it actually surfaced from RockstarUniverse.com, a very popular and pretty renowned website for Grand Theft Auto information. This came in the form of an article yesterday by Lewis, which reads, "Internal sources have also confirmed that Lucia has a child that appears in the game's storyline. However, Lucia's child is believed to be much younger and only appears in cutscenes." Now, a few hours later, the article was actually updated with a minor edit, which changed from an internal source confirmed to it's rumored by an internal source. So while there's not too much evidence to back this up, I did a pretty deep dive on the internet to check things out, and I come across something pretty interesting. So I reached out to Kyle directly from Rockstar Universe to see if this was true, and he did confirm that this has been in the talks for quite some time. Now, that's still not enough evidence. So interestingly enough, about 25 days ago on reddit.com, and as always, all of my sources are linked down below in the description, a now deleted user made a post that coincides with this leak regarding Lucia being a mother and her child being in GTA 6. And this comes from a Reddit post that gives a little bit of insight into the GTA 6 plot and mechanics, and it makes you wonder, at this point, where did this information come from? Is it believable? Well, I'm going to do my best to back as much of this up as I can with evidence that even goes back to 2015. So the Reddit post reads, "I won't be able to give out my source of this information. I completely understand everyone who's skeptical, and I'm not just one of those a friend of a friend told me about this kind of guy. Believe me or don't. I have a reliable source that worked on the game. I'm not asking you to blindly believe what I say. All I ask is that you please have some patience and wait until the teaser trailer gets released, as it's likely going to confirm the information I provide on this thread." Now remember, this came out 25 days ago, and it's mentioning the GTA 6 teaser, which we know was just announced a few days ago by Rockstar Games, as well as the next part directly lines up with what Rockstar Universe posted about yesterday. "I was surprised by my source when I was told that Lucia has a baby that she abandons at a deli before heading out to a bank robbery and then getting arrested for doing such an act. It's not known if the baby was a boy or a girl, and obviously there will be no kids in the game. This only happens in a cutscene as a flashback of the past. I've got no information about what happens to the baby after this point." So, wow. That definitely coincides with what Rockstar Universe posted, and it makes you wonder, did they come across this Reddit post and are now making an article about it, or did they too have insider information? Regardless, the two posts do go hand in hand, and basically it details that for what you may believe is the first time in Grand Theft Auto we might have a child, it's actually not. There happens to be other children in the Grand Theft Auto series, which we're going to touch base on in a moment. But you got to remember, this was 25 days ago, and while we haven't gotten the GTA 6 teaser yet, this post talks about that. And this is just my own personal opinion, but the fact alone that this Reddit post mentions the GTA 6 trailer just a couple weeks before it was announced, it gives it some sort of credibility. So moving on, let's go ahead and talk about children that have appeared in the Grand Theft Auto series before. If you learned something new in this video, I hope I can earn your thumbs up at the end of the video and your subscription as well. But way back in 2006 with GTA Vice City Stories, we actually had the first ever child appear in a Grand Theft Auto game, and this was an orphaned newborn baby by the name of Mary-Beth Williams, who just has an unfortunate story where both her mother and father are killed, and she never appears physically in the game, but she does appear in 4 separate mission cutscenes. And back then, this was groundbreaking because this was the first time that a child had ever appeared in Grand Theft Auto. Now, in Grand Theft Auto 4, we had another child. This was Jill Von Krastenberg, a 13-year-old, mega rich child actor. And just like Mary-Beth Williams from Vice City Stories, Jill can never physically be seen in Grand Theft Auto 4, but in an in-game TV show, we can get an idea of what a 13-year-old child character model would look like had they been all over Liberty City. Now, depending on which ending to Grand Theft Auto 4 that you do choose, if you choose the one where Roman meets his demise, sad ending, I know. Thankfully, it's not the real ending to Grand Theft Auto 4. We actually get a call from his fiance letting Nico know that they are having a child.
The man who got Roman killed is dead.
That won't bring him back, will it? He'll never even meet his son.
Son?
I'm pregnant. We were gonna say something at the reception.
Your child will never worry about anything, Mallory.
Thank you, Nico. I know you're trying, but a child without a father has a lot to worry about. Trust me on that one.
Now in Grand Theft Auto 5, we can't neglect Tracy and Jimmy DeSanta. However, these aren't children. They are on the grown side of being grown children, so again, I don't think they count. But there's a website that you can go to in GTA 5 called acceptthechaos.com, and on this website, albeit it is just an image, we can get an idea of what children character models would look like in Grand Theft Auto 5. We see a prepubescent boy as well as a young girl. Now, you can press a button on that website and there's a grim image that follows. I'm not going to show y'all that, but again, here's what children would look like had they also been in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now this is the best part of the video, where we're going to try and confirm that Lucia does have a child. And for that, we've actually got to go all the way back to 2013 and then 2015. So in 2013, there was a real-life movie that released by the name of The Place Beyond the Pines. And this is where Jason and Lucia were actually inspired, the characters themselves, from the main characters of this movie. A man by the name of Luke, who is portrayed by Ryan Gosling. He's a bank robber from upstate New York. And in the movie, his former love interest is named Romina, and she is portrayed by Eva Mendes, Ryan Gosling's real-life wife. These are both former bank robbers, and they are a Bonnie and Clyde style couple, and they also have a child who ironically, and I'm not a guy that believes in coincidences, is named Jason, the same as GTA 6 Protagonist. So if we compare an image of Jason and Lucia to Luke and Romina from this movie, we can see an uncanny resemblance in small minor ways and also major ways. Of course, we've got just a white guy dating a Latina woman, but there are a lot of striking resemblances if you really think about it. Now, this next part is where I'm actually going to try my best to confirm that Jason and Lucia were inspired by Luke and Romina from this 2013 movie, and this actually comes from some articles that released in July 2015. This was 8 years ago, and these articles detailed that GTA 6 was going to feature two protagonists, a male and a female, who were portrayed by none other than Ryan Gosling and his real-life wife, Eva Mendes, the two actors who play Luke and Romina in the 2013 movie The Place Beyond the Pines. Now, this would not be confirmed until 7 years later when the GTA 6 2022 leaks happened, obviously confirming that GTA 6 is going to feature a male and female protagonist. That's where we got to know Jason and Lucia. And again, not being a guy who believes in coincidences, this is some pretty neat information that comes from 2015. And what are the odds that Jason and Lucia are possibly inspired by Luke and Romina from this movie, and Luke and Romina are portrayed by real-life couple Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes, who back in 2015 had articles saying this was going to happen. So that right there is my personal confirmation that Lucia is most likely going to have a child in the game, being the inspiration for these two characters. Now lastly, I want to try and back up my claim as best as possible with Rockstar Games and what they've actually done in the past. A lot of times I always like to analyze what Rockstar Games does in the past to kind of predict the future. And Rockstar has actually taken movie characters before and used their inspirations and likeness to create a GTA protagonist. And for that, that, let's talk about Niko Bellic. So there was a 2001 movie by the name of Behind Enemy Lines, and in this movie there was a character named Sasha, and Sasha actually happens to be Niko Bellic's inspiration from his appearance, his clothing, and to just his backstory. And we can even see in Grand Theft Auto 4 an outfit that can be unlocked that is the same as Sasha's from this movie. So, fun fact, Sasha's actor was actually offered the role of Niko Bellic, and he turned it around because he said video games are too childish and he isn't going to mess with all of that. He would later go on to regret not playing Niko Bellic once he saw those numbers. So yeah, Rockstar has taken movie characters before and used their likeness and inspiration to create GTA protagonists. And once again, it is mind-blowing to me that back in 2015, we had an article leak. Well, it wasn't necessarily a leak, but just articles posted detailing that GTA 6 protagonists would be a male and a female, and portrayed by Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. So pretty crazy stuff there. I hope y'all learned something new from this video, whether it be children being in the Grand Theft Auto series or these very just small articles hidden deep on the interwebs from 2015. If y'all enjoyed and learned something new, I hope I could earn your thumbs up and your subscription. I strive to post the most just factual GTA 6 and just Grand Theft Auto content that I can. I do this stuff because I enjoy it, so I've got nothing to lose. I know there's a lot of crazy information going on right now, but as always, I try my best to just bring it to you in the most credible ways. You can check out my sources. They're linked all in the description down below. And until next time, thank y'all for tuning in, and I sure do hope to see you in the next video.